Speaking of abortion, the candidates on that stage, they were just itching to talk about abortion. They kept bringing it up when it wasn't even the topic at hand. And eventually the moderators had to say, okay, guys, calm down. We're going to talk about killing babies. We know you all love that. We're going to talk about it. Or words to that effect, basically. And then they got around to talking about it. And when the time came, of course, they all went on and on about reproductive rights, a term that, as I have explained many times, is a total misnomer. Reproductive rights is a term that means nothing. Or at the very least, if it means anything, it certainly has nothing to do with abortion. Because abortion happens after reproduction has already occurred. In order for there to be an abortion, something has to have already been produced. So the human being has already been reproduced. It's not a matter of reproduction anymore. You're not controlling your reproduction when you get an abortion. You have already produced the human being, which is now in your womb. The question is it okay to kill an existent human being in the womb? I would say no. If you say yes, you need to be able to defend that position, explain it, without recourse to reproductive rights, because reproductive rights are irrelevant. You know what reproductive rights? Okay, that's like a two-child policy in China or something like that. That is a government telling people you can't reproduce more than X amount. That is a reproductive rights issue, because it's the government literally trying to control reproduction. But no one is saying that in this country. Nobody is saying women can't reproduce. Nobody is saying you have to reproduce. All we're saying as pro-lifers is that once you've already done it, even if you didn't mean to, you did. Now we've got a human being on our hands, and it's not okay to kill him. Very simple. The only one who wasn't completely stoked about abortion was Tulsi Gabbard. Gabbard is still pro-abortion, but at least she supports some restrictions, and she wants there to be fewer abortions, which used to be the mainstream Democratic position, and it was for many years. Safe, legal, and rare. I believe Tulsi Gabbard even used that phrase, and it was sort of shocking for some Democrats to hear it because it had been so long. But for decades, that was the slogan on the banner that they were marching under: safe, legal, and rare. We want abortion to be safe, legal, and rare. But Democrats now, the left, they don't want that. Yeah, safe they want, even though a safe abortion, speaking of misnomers, safe abortion is a contradiction in terms, because there's always at least one person killed in an abortion, so we couldn't call it safe. So they want it to be safe. They certainly want it to be legal, but rare? No. They want more abortions. And in fact, Leana Wen she was the former CEO of Planned Parenthood. Her reign was cut very short. She was fired, basically. And I think now we know why, because she came out on Twitter last night after the debate and agreed with Tulsi Gabbard and said, yeah, abortion should be legal, women should be able to do it, but we should try to cut down on the number of abortions. And it's very in fact, I would recommend, if you're on Twitter, go to Leana Wen's Twitter page, look at that comment by her, mainly to see the comments underneath it. From all these leftists basically accusing her of being a traitor. Saying, no, we don't want rare abortions. We don't want there to be fewer abortions. We like abortions. We want there to be more of them. And keep that in mind the next time, because anytime you refuse to use the euphemism pro-choice, and instead you say pro-abortion, what do you always hear? You always hear, oh, we're not pro-abortion. No one's pro-abortion. That's crazy. Well, if you don't want abortions to be rare, if you have a problem with that goal, then you are definitely pro-abortion. Hey, you right there. Hit the subscribe button right now. Do it right now. I thank you for your compliance. It's somewhat appreciated.